And it is crazy to think about. All that stuff is going to be in that truck very soon. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I appreciate you clicking on today's video. Probably the beginning of the most anticipated series that I have ever and maybe will ever have on this page, on any of my socials. The Fred build is starting. If you guys haven't seen, Fred is my grandfather's 1988 C2500. He passed it down to me when he passed away. It sat for like 5 years before he passed and another 2 years afterwards. I got it, somewhat got it running, but this thing has 250,000 miles. So if you click back a couple videos, you'll see we took the whole drivetrain out and we are swapping in an LS and a 4L80. If you watch me and you watch that video, then you would know that I have zero mechanical knowledge. So doing this was like the biggest achievement I've ever done, the most in-depth I've ever worked on any sort of vehicle. So that was a challenge. I wanted to try and do as much as I could myself, and we did. I did have to phone a couple friends. As far as putting the LS in and wiring in the Holly and all that, I definitely cannot do that by myself. So I have a guy, his name is Jeff. He is actually driving from Ohio. He'll be here in I think an hour. He is going to be helping me as well as providing the motor that's going into our boy Fred. Jeff watches the page, said that he had a motor he wasn't gonna use, and it was just a full long block ready to go in, and obviously we had to take him up on that. So he's on the way here with the motor, with all of his tools, and we are going to do the swap right here, hopefully over the next week and a half or so. I think worst case scenario, we are preparing for 3 weeks until this thing is completely done, driving, and 100% good. I did tell him to try and let me do as much as I can myself. If you see me doing something I shouldn't, or I could do something easier, you know, let me know. But I want to be the one to kind of do the hands-on stuff if I can. Obviously, I don't want him to have to stay here longer than he needs to though, so we're gonna try and get it done pretty quickly and efficiently. But this is very important. It's important to me. I know it's important to a lot of you guys. Like I said, this is the most anticipated thing. My highest jump in following ever across socials was when I introduced this truck. For some reason, the people love Fred, and obviously it's been in my family for over 25 years, so it's important to me too. So in today's video, we are going to get the motor. Like I said, Jeff's gonna be here with that motor in an hour and a half. So we're gonna go through the motor, my first time seeing it. Jeff's gonna tell us about the specs. He may be a little shy on camera. I promise by the end of the series, I'll have him talking to this thing like it's nothing. But we'll go through the motor, the transmission, the plans for the truck, his plans as far as, you know, where are we gonna start? Because there's a lot of parts. I don't know where you're supposed to begin. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. I hope you guys are too. I don't know how it's gonna be cut up, sectioned up. What I'm gonna try and do is have like 15 to 20-ish minute videos and just post them as I can, because I do have a lot of people on TikTok wanting to watch as it happens, and I don't want to upload on TikTok and then 2 weeks later upload that first part to YouTube. So I'm going to do my best to post the TikToks and then edit the YouTube videos as soon as we're done with it and have it up within 24 hours so you guys can see it. This is a very different content style for me. I want to give you the best content possible, but at the same time, I really want to document, number one, building my grandfather's truck. I mean, there's never gonna be another thing like this. This truck has been in the family for so long. It used to drive my mom around when she was a kid. So this thing means a lot to a lot of people, not just on the internet, but in my personal life. I want it to be well documented, so number one, they can all see it, and in a couple years, I can go back and watch this and see how I've progressed. Because like I said, as far as mechanics go, I'm an idiot. I was not taught to work on anything. Everything you guys are gonna see me do, I'm gonna be doing for the first time. So be prepared. I'm definitely gonna do and say stupid stuff. Don't be mad at it. Just go in the comments. You can correct me. It won't hurt my feelings, or just sit back and laugh. Do want to preface though, before we get into this, at the end of this series, this truck is not going to be showroom condition. Believe it or not, I am not rich. I am not loaded like that, so we're not doing like a crazy paint job or anything right now, because I dropped a lot of money on all of those parts back there. I'm probably $8,000 to $10,000 deep in this. So goal right now of the beginning part of this series is to do the swap, have the truck running, have it being perfectly fine mechanically, And then moving forwards, if the series is doing well, if you guys are liking it, we can progress faster as far as the cosmetics. If not, it's just gonna be one of those things on my own time because it's more of a passion project. If the videos can take that passion further and faster, then cool. But if not, I do kind of have to do it at my own pace because stuff does get expensive and trying to do it all at once gets crazy expensive. I do want to show you guys where we're starting, our starting point. This thing is, for lack of better words, absolutely clapped. I mean, 250,000 miles, 1988. The only shiny thing on it is the front grille because we got a whole new front assembly. I mean, dude, there's spider webs on it. The other cool part about the Holly is we're keeping the original dash. So we're not changing to a digital dash or anything. It's going to be the stock dash using the stock gauges, which is probably my favorite part of this truck. All right, our boy Jeff is here. So now, I need you to take a quick look over Fred. Tell me if it's as bad as you thought, or if we'll be able to do this pretty easy, pretty simple, without any words, okay? Also, guys, say hi, this is Jeff.
This is actually pretty solid.
Really?
Yeah, this is pretty solid. This is like perfect for LS1.
Okay, see, we're doing good.
Got a little bit of cleanup work to do, but...
Yeah, I wanted to get some really nice cleanup videos, so I made it extra dirty. This thing hasn't been cleaned in probably 10 years.
But hey, Moxy.
Hey, perfect Moxy videos incoming. All right, you just traveled, how long was it? 16 hours, 15 hours?
Like 16 hours. I left at
16 hours.
5 a.m.
Back here, disregard that. Some of you may know what that is. Here is Fred's new motor. Before we take it out, because we're totally not doing that right now, what are the specs? What's the motor off the top of your head?
It is a Gen 3 Iron Block 5.3. It's got a Stage 2 BTR truck cam in it. Some valve springs. I mean, it's going to be a nasty motor for the truck.
How much power do you think we're going to make?
I'm going to go 400.
400, I'll take 400. That. So here she is. Been driving for 16 hours, hasn't slept since like
3 p.m. yesterday.
It's like 2 days ago now.
Yep.
So we're gonna start tomorrow. We're also gonna do something else that's pretty cool while he's here, if you catch my drift. All right, I guess the jig's up. He stopped by Jay's shop and picked up the hood for Roach. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think we're gonna be able to fit it. We're gonna have to cut so much. I don't know if it'll last, but I told you guys I'd try, so we'll at least try. That right there is commitment. Or travel across the United States with all of his tools just to get Fred right.
Yeah.
That's commitment. That's commitment right there. And the nice stuff. Got the Milwaukee Snap-on.
The next day.
So next step is we need to clean Fred's engine bay. That's the goal of today.
Yes.
So we got to head to Moxy real quick, get some products. We're going to give Jeff a ride in the R8. First time in an R8?
Yes.
Okay, so just don't ride in Foster's car the entire time you're here, and this will be the coolest thing ever. Got a couple bottles of APC, a couple bottles of acid. We're gonna do like half and half on the engine bay, see which one works better for the engine bay. I think they'll both do pretty good though.
I just lost like everything in my life. No lie. I just lost everything in my life.
Isn't it crazy that you can do that on the street?
Yes, that is.
In Mexico?
Yeah.
Not anywhere near where that's not legal.
Filmed on a closed course.
Closed course
by professionals.
In Mexico by professionals.
Yeah.
So I can't offer much mechanical help, but I do know TikTok. What following were you at when you got here?
Like 1,100.
Okay, so 1,100, posted one video so far, and you're at what,
4,200 followers.
4,200. So we're gonna see what he's at. I'm gonna try and basically coach him up social media wise while he coaches me up mechanical working wise. By the time he's gone, hopefully I know a little more. My bet is you'll have at least 10,000 followers. At least, that's my guess. And maybe you'll know how to like edit. I'll try and pass that on. That takes a little bit of time to get though.
You'll be a master mechanic and
you'll be a master TikToker.
Content.
Yes. What did you think?
I need one.
You need one. It is officially time to start working on Fred. Step one is going to be to clean the engine bay. So we're going to take everything we need to out, and then we're going to hit half of this with Moxy acid and half of it with Moxy APC, just to see which one does better. I think they'll both work. What all do we need to get out of the way to do that?
We'll remove this, get the battery out of the way, spray it down, get a good base wash on it, and actually soak it with the acid.
See how it looks. People were telling me to repaint it. I don't think it'll be that bad.
No, I honestly think it'll clean up pretty good.
And then he wants to get some undercoat stuff and spray
The frame.
Yeah. We can do that. I understand that. I promise you I'm not wearing sunglasses inside by choice. I'm trying to record with these Meta Ray-Ban glasses so I can get content for TikTok and, you know, short form stuff. And I'm trying to do it without having to record with my phone. So if you see me with these on, I'm not a weirdo, I'm just recording. Point and go. Where do I start?
You're gonna start battery,
Battery,
air filter, well, air box, whatever you want to call it. Coolant overflow tank.
Okay.
And then you're gonna work your way over here, get this out the way, remove this, remove some of this house wiring on the, whatever this thing is, combobulator.
This is weird to get used to.
Yeah, but I mean, it just makes it faster too, though.
Am I tightening or? Yeah, we're good now.
Yeah, bottoms to
Bottom.
loosen it up.
How are you supposed to even get to that?
Long
See
extension.
it? Can't even see.
Yeah.
I may have to pop my lenses out.
Oh, that actually.
Oh, that's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
How do I look?
Like a nerd.
Like a nerd. Wow.
Oh.
Look at that.
You're pretty much already done.
Bro, start this bitch up.
There we go.
It actually isn't that bad, dude.
We'll be ready to LS swap something on your own by the time this is over with.
Yeah.
Right there. There you go. Even if it's plastic. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. We don't need this anymore, right?
No.
Okay.
All right, these you're going to have to kind of like guesstimate along socket size.
I'm pretty good at guesstimating.
Let's see how you are then.
Dude, that's an
8?
8. I'm 100% sure.
Well, you got like 5 chances because they're about 5 different bolts.
That is fair. Did I say 8? I think I meant like a 9.
Yeah.
That's smaller. Good lord, dude. This is gonna be fun.
Try to pull up on it while you're loosening it.
Oh.
There you go.
Got it. Okay, we've gotten everything out of the way that we're gonna get out of the way to clean up the engine bay. So we're now going to push it outside, spray some chemicals on it, hit it with a pressure washer, and I guess go from there. A little scary. We just needed it outside so I could use a pressure washer, but she's hanging on by a thread. Okay, I think both of these are gonna do a good job, but we're gonna do probably this left half in APC, right half in acid, and just, I think they'll both work, but I'm interested in seeing what both of them will do. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna work pretty well. Okay. We'll let it sit for a sec.
Dude, I told you. It's gonna clean up really good.
Paint. We can finger paint. How about that?
See where
There's still primer here. There's still some primer there. This truck's been painted probably 5 times in the last 20 years. My grandfather would go outside with just rattle can spray paint, come off like probably 2 months later. Yeah, it's a little bit.
A lot of that will get removed anyway.
A little bit of a difference there. Do the same thing. Actually, I want to hit all this too. Acid does a lot more for rust Not like there's a ton of it, but like maybe it'll do something.
Get you a good whiff of that.
Yeah. Oh my God. God. Okay, Moxy acid side. We went ahead and used some brushes, tried to scrub what we could, and now we're about to go in with the pressure washer. Which one do you think is going to win, or do you think it's going to be the same?
Acid, 100%.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, you hit that stuff with the acid?
Yeah.
Just turns that bitch white. All right, engine bay is all cleaned up, so we're about to take a trip to the parts store to get some paint. I think we're gonna paint it black and get some food. Need Culver's. So here is what this thing looks like after cleaning it up, before paint. I'm actually surprised the acid got through some of that gunk down. There's something under that rust, but without, you know, heavy agitation, I don't think we're gonna have much luck there. But some of this stuff looks brand spanking new, so that's pretty cool. Slight change of plan. So we've been sitting here letting everything dry because it was wet. We were gonna paint it because Foster forced me to. So I went and I got paint, and then he walked out and said, well, you're not gonna paint it here. So we're gonna turn that little cover right there into a makeshift paint booth. The wind is really picking up. All right, since we definitely cannot set up our paint booth right now, we pulled Fred inside. Here's what we got. Got these for the frame right here to prevent any sort of further rust. These for the firewall, and then this right here for like the fender well, whatever. So
The core support. And the core support.
And the core support. So we're gonna prep this thing best we can, and got some Scotch-Brite, and then we're gonna see, I guess, what the weather looks like when we're finished up with that. Just gonna go ahead off camera, pull out anything and everything we can to make it where we can paint. If we can't get it out, we'll have to paint around it. We're gonna wrap it with aluminum foil, and I don't think that'll take very long. Just trying to get everything we can out of the way so we can get the cleanest layer of paint possible. A quick explanation on what we're doing here.
So the screws in this cowl panel are rusted, and like the head of them is pretty much gone. Either your grandpa's had them off at one time and he rounded them out, or there's just rust has been eating on them. So the only way we can really get them out without breaking this piece is to drill the head off of them and then get the piece out of the way, and then take like a pair of vice grips or pliers and
Trying to get the wiper motor or whatever.
Yeah,
out.
we're trying to get to the nut on the back side of the wiper.
Can't do that. So yeah, drill that bitch out.
Actually might fight me a bit.
Beauty is pain. Beauty is pain. All right, about to go ahead, pull the grill off, pull the lights out and everything. Okay. I've done that part before, so that part I know. I'm taking this thing off a few times.
Got real ugly real fast.
Yeah, that was like the prettiest part of the truck.
Now we got to remove the wiring, get the external transcooler out of the way that we're not going to use again, and work from there.
We went ahead, scuffed up all of the surfaces that we want to paint. We were wanting to paint tonight. Unfortunately, it downpoured outside where we're gonna paint, because we're not gonna paint it in here with all of Foster's other cars. I don't want to overspray everywhere. So we cannot paint the thing tonight. So that is where this is gonna cut off, because tomorrow, that'll be fine. So tomorrow, plan is, because we're gonna be basically fully prepped tonight, we're going to clean this thing up, pull it outside, make our little makeshift paint booth, paint the thing, let everything dry, and assemble the motor outside of the car. Motor, transmission, converter, all that together, throw it in the car. That's where we're at. But tomorrow is gonna be the day where we do all this. That is going to end off the first episode of Fred's Restoration. Guys, I appreciate you guys watching the videos. Hope you enjoyed. I wanted to get a little bit further with this one, but obviously I can't control the Florida weather. So I'll see you guys in the next one. That is gonna end it for today. Peace out. See you probably in, I guess, a couple days. I think we're gonna be double uploading this week. So see you guys there. Peace out. Good night.